Hi everybody and welcome to day 19 of my clean eating challenge. So today I went up to London for a meeting and I had a glorious lunch in Natural Kitchen. It is the whole thing where I want to say about still being able to go out and enjoy food even when you're eating whole foods and not considering it to be a diet as such. So I had a really nice one of their detox salads with a chicken breast on top and a black coffee and had a thoroughly enjoyable lunch. So I don't want it to be like, oh, you've got to read this, you've got to read that, which brings me to my topic of today. It's something I've seen people talking about a lot, and it is like top 10 breakfast foods that you should eat every single day. Scaremongering people into what they should be eating, and I just totally disagree with people telling you what to eat, and I think you should decide on what your body needs. And I completely think that you should be the person that's in charge of what you eat and decide what your body actually needs, rather than being told by somebody who doesn't know you and doesn't know your lifestyle on what you should and shouldn't be eating. Now, we all know that processed foods are not very good for us and they are not naturally meant for our bodies. That's why, you know, they're causing so many issues. So it's the process side of it that I cut out completely when I can, and you can't avoid it at all costs. And I'm not talking about just not eating anything ever again, but just try and cutting out the processed foods. My main message here is stop listening to what others say and listen to what your body says to you. So there's often advice on what you should eat for breakfast. My diet is very boring for when I do clean eating and I do whole food eating, and which is just cutting out processed foods basically. I will have fruits for breakfast and then possibly eggs if I'm still hungry, and then move on to my one main meal of the day, which is things that I've gone through in the recipes in the description below, which are just all really boring and really simple and easy to make because I'm busy and I don't want to be standing around cooking all day making about 1 million ingredients. But that's me. Your body changes and reacts differently over the years to different types of foods. Now, I used to be able to eat really spicy foods a lot of the time, and I used to really enjoy that. But as I've got older and my body's changed, I can't eat those foods anymore, or I can only eat them in really small amounts or in certain ways that they've been cooked. And that's just how it is. It's more about listening to your body and understanding that. I honestly do believe it's really key to stop following really rigid advice that people give to you and start actually learning to listen to what your body is trying to tell you. So if certain foods make you feel tired, certain foods make you feel bloated like immediately, and you don't like that feeling. Some people don't mind feeling, you know, you could go out for dinner, a really nice dinner, you know it's going to make you bloated, but at the end of the day, does it matter because you're enjoying the food? So experiment with different kind of breakfast options. So for example, eating a bowl of fruit one morning and seeing how you feel a couple of hours later. If you're still starving hungry, throw a couple of eggs in a pan and have a couple of eggs. That's what I would do. But if there's something that you know that works for you, it might just be having a couple of rashers of bacon in the air fryer. And obviously adding the eggs is giving you protein, which then fills you up for longer and then might see you through to lunch. And also you need to focus on what is your lifestyle like. Are you waking up in the morning starving, hungry, and because you've perhaps exercised the night before and then gone straight to bed, say, this is an example, or are you waking up in the morning and you're not hungry, in which case, why do you want to eat? And just because people, oh, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, is it? Or is that just somebody else's belief? And I know a lot of health professionals will say, oh, you know, you have to eat breakfast. I don't always eat breakfast and I feel absolutely fine. And I think sometimes it's good to fast until perhaps lunchtime, or even just have some fruit and have some goodness, or just drink some water in the morning first thing and then leave it later till you have your breakfast until you're actually hungry. Start listening to your body instead of random people on the internet telling you what you should and shouldn't be eating. I prefer to listen to my body, and after years of being told, oh, you should be doing this kind of exercise, you should be doing that, I've listened to what my body says, and I absolutely now I'm an advocate for completely listening to what your body is telling you. And if you've got an upset stomach, your body doesn't like that food, so stop eating it, try something else. And it's, you know, how many hours do you have in the day? Do you have time to prepare your meals all the time, or do you just want to have an apple on the go? Explore the ideas that maybe you're just eating something that somebody has told you that's healthy. You know, there's things that change all the time in science. So why don't you explore things for yourself? And so what does my body need? right now. And you can do this in meditation. You can just quieten down, literally just quieten your body down. Close your eyes, take in some deep breaths, really sort of center and ground yourself, and then ask yourself, what does my body need? It's really that simple. I really want to reinforce the idea of learning to trust your own judgment. You know what's best for your body, despite what everybody else says. You know what's best for your body. In this video, what I really wanted to do is sort of go through, I'm just cutting out processed foods. There's no magical reasoning to this. It's not anything spectacular. It's pretty boring. Just don't eat processed foods. That's my whole thing around doing this. And this is to balance out my perimenopausal symptoms that I've been having, and also the fact that I've been quite unhealthy since January. And I really do need to get back to the 80-20, which I like to stick to. Ultimately, it's finding out what works best for you and listening to your own body and trusting your own judgment, be that through meditating to actually get in touch with your body and understand what your body needs or what your body wants, and trusting your own intuition, not what's being spoken to you and this diet's been thrown at you and that diet's being thrown at you. What does your body actually need? Have you sat down and actually questioned yourself and sat with yourself and asked yourself, what does my body need today? Do I need to be eating now? It's really simplifies everything. And just keep experimenting. And even if you do a 30-day challenge like I'm doing now, experiment all the time. I know what works for me. I'm 45 years old. This isn't my first rodeo. So for me, I just think I'll experiment and I'll keep trying different things as my body changes, as I grow older and as I learn and as I grow. And it really is about getting back to basics and understanding what your body needs and trusting your own intuition. And that's what I really want you to try. Trust your own intuition. Meditate on it. Really sort of think about what it is that your body actually wants. And that's really that simple. And that's what I want. That's my aim, is to make things really simple, because everybody likes to overcomplicate everything. Keep it simple. Ask yourself what your body really needs and trust your intuition. Thank you for watching.